Hello everyone, welcome to the another Bluehead SEO case study video episode. In this video we will explain the helpful content system of the Google slightly, and we will create another Bluehead video with quick 3 direct suggestions and the instructions for search engine optimization purposes. The purpose of the Bluehead SEO case studies is keeping everything simple, understandable, and also direct. And while still your attention threshold is directly here, let's start. So first of all, I actually published this project before. Probably I will be hiding the name again. And this specific case study is actually here. This is an e-commerce website in the glasses industry, and it is in English language, and it is from Australia. And if you look at here, actually we already achieved 4x growth or 4 times more traffic in just 4 months. And thanks to the latest helpful content update, again we actually increased the traffic 2 times more, which means in total we actually increased the traffic 8 times more in the last 5 months. So we will try to explain what this helpful content system of Google and how you can actually optimize your content in a better way for that. First of all, someone actually published something like this, and apparently she is just a blogger. This is one of the things that I always tell you. Don't be a blogger, don't create a blog. You be a brand and create a real business and prove that you are real by leaving different type of signatures to the web. This is one of the things that you should definitely understand when it comes to the entity-oriented search. So I will create a simple diagram here to explain a few things. So in the phrase-based indexing, or in the world of the traditional SEO and keyword-based or heavily keyword-focused SEO approaches, let's say this is just the thing that you focus. That's it, website. When it comes to the entity-oriented search, it goes differently, because first of all, your entity is not the website. It is actually your brand. Then let's say the company, then let's say the business, then your founder, your social media accounts, your also, let's say the clients, customers, reviews, mentions, and also your alternatives, for example, and your competitors, and all the generic queries, or even your location or your expertise, certifications, or many other things, or any kinds of attribute related to your topic, your location, your industry, or your, as I say, your founders or co-founders, CEOs. They all will be included in your entity definition. So that's why actually, instead of focusing on the website, you should focus on the web entity. You have a web entity, and it is a digital asset, and you will need to optimize everything. And this is the difference between actually traditional SEO and the holistic SEO. So first of all, if you look at this specific complaint, the person tells that the website is over 12 years old, genuine, helpful, unique, written, blah blah blah. First of all, these are all subjective. There is no proof that actually it is helpful, unique, written with passion or knowledge, etc. And sorry for this, but I assume she spent most of this morning for crying, and there are lots of bookmarks and etc. So Ahmed lately actually creates great visualizations for our course concepts, and he directly mentioned that actually it is not about actually helpful content, or it is not about the quality content. It is mainly for the cost of retrieval. And I explained this concept in my Topical authority course heavily, and in my Saigon speech as well. Even in Saigon speech, I told that the helpful content update can go to hell. It's not about helping directly. And here I tell that it is about math. It's about algorithms, as I always say. You can help with a sentence to someone 5 different ways. Or let me explain like this. Before, I have given a simple example in my Saigon speech, and as much as I can remember, it was like this. Let's say families achieve financial independence, let's say with the help of, let's say, financial advisors. So I can tell this same thing like 50 different ways. We are always saying the same thing. The meaning is same. It means the helpfulness degree is same, but once you start to change order of these sentences, once you start to change these adjectives, once you start to add actual new adverbs or different type of things here, the relevance will be changing, main entity will be changing, the triples and their relations between each other, they will be changing. For this sentence, families is the most important thing. And if I put actual financial advisor to the beginning, if I tell that financial advisors help families to achieve financial independence, let's say, And this time financial advisor will be more relevant, or to the whatever the query. This will be the weight, or let's say heaviest term in this sentence. It's not about the help, as you see. It's about the first, the relevance. The second is responsiveness. And natural language processing is not that complicated if you read and study it a little bit. But at the same time, I can tell that when it comes to the helpful content update, you should definitely understand that it is not only about just giving the passion or this type of things. So the first suggestion from me is please focus on your web entity, not just the website, not just the keywords, but also focus on actually this type of NLP tricks or natural language understanding, natural language processing, and natural language generation. Focus on these three concepts and conquer the future of the search engine optimization. And these are the initial results. As I say, most of this content is coming from actually health related topics, especially for the eye health, eye anatomy, etc. You should also understand that some of this traffic is from other regions, not just from Australia, from United States, and also the Philippines. The thing here is that you should understand that when it comes to the topical authority, to the topic, it is not about region, it's about the topic, which means that you will need to go beyond your own region. But to be able to also have your local penetration, you will need to process all the locals or locales in the context of that specific topic. Let's say eye health statistics in Australia, or let's assume eye optometry, eye doctor, or eye test in Sydney, Melbourne, etc. So you will need to connect these things to each other to be able to create a proper topical map. My second, or maybe even third suggestion to you is that please do not change whatever you do with this type of let's say hysteria, I guess you call it. So do not get these type of feelings, okay? First of all, I am not telling that this person is doing something wrong or correct. I'm just trying to tell you that if you want to be a good search engine optimization manager or campaign manager or owner, etc., don't allow your feelings to make you happy or sad. I always tell my own, let's say the partners and also my teammates and also the clients that don't get happy when the traffic is up and don't get actually sad when the traffic is down. Sometimes I actually see some, let's say, novice SEOs, they get directly excited when they actually get that just this much more traffic from this specific point. But the thing is, this is just actually representation of a positive ranking state, and you can realize that every time actually this line goes bigger and like this, and you one day you will realize that this specific big increase here, after maybe 1 year, and if we continue like that, definitely will be after 1 year, this specific big arrow again will be like this, because this time instead of just getting 4,000 or 5,000 clicks a day, we will be getting actually 25,000 clicks a day. So do not get happy or sad when you look at these type of graphics. This is one of the reasons that actually I am rejecting most of the JV offers, because they don't have, let's say, that much maturity. I will show you one example here. Probably I will hide this name too. This is an expired domain SEO case study, and it is about not giving up. And the helper for this project, he is a very special person, and also very talented too, very patient also. I believe it is because he is also a soldier. And in this area, you should understand one thing. Content here and content here, they are directly the same. Only difference is Google's systems just actually was able to process the content. We didn't change something. We didn't start to write in a different way. We didn't start to remove the content. If you have a bigger picture on your mind, you should continue to implement it in that way. Again, I will hide this website name too. This is English industry, English language, United Kingdom, and insurance company. As you see here, we actually won. We won the, let's say, March core update, and we increased the traffic through this time to here. Then during the quality update around the 17th and 18th of the August, we lost most of the traffic. Then during again helpful content update and the broad core algorithm update of the August, one more time we came back, and most probably after 3-4 months, this number here, it will be around 3,000-4,000 too. So first of all, when it comes to the third suggestion or the fourth, you should understand how to analyze the Google updates and the Google systems. First of all, when you analyze these type of systems, you will realize that there is not that much websites that was able to win March core update, quality updates at 17th and 18th, and also core update on August and helpful content update at the same time. If it is happening, it means that actually you have increased your page rank, brand search demand, and you have changed your design, and you actually saved your website from all the possible negative effects from the past, and the website and the brand are thriving together. But it happens so rarely. Most of the time, let me tell you how this structure is going. Most of the time, if you win the March core update, you will be losing the August core update. If you win the March update and if you lose this specific quality update, you will win the August update. If you win the August update, or let's say if you didn't get a heavy effect from the August update, you will be getting a heavy effect from the helpful content update. You should be classifying these different type of websites with each other to understand what's going on there. You should understand the concept. I usually don't want to go deep in these type of concepts, but you should understand this specific thing here, ranking distribution. A search engine, they have to distribute different type of sources in their indices, and let's say this is another domain, this is another domain, and this is another one, and let's assume that their height or their locations, it is representing their ranking distribution or prioritization. And let's assume this website won four, or let's say helpful content update, both of the core updates and also the quality updates. It means that this specific bubble will directly be coming to this area because it will be ranking very much higher than compared to the others. It will be prioritized. The problem here is that if they prioritize one of the websites for all the updates, or if they start to give way much more coverage in the search engine result pages for a specific website, the others will be actually disappearing from there. And most of the time, search engines, they try to rank certain amount of websites or certain amount of web sources in their SERP. And when it is happening, they need to actually prioritize. And even if you do everything right to be able to rank new websites or to be able to diversify the search engine results, sometimes they need to trim your progress. And it's the reason that sometimes, even if you do everything right, you are losing a little bit traffic. Or even if you lose the core update, you suddenly get the helpful content update in a positive way. So when you look at the core updates, they tell that they check whether the website is trustworthy or not. The helpful content update actually does the similar things. One of the updates tells that you are not trustworthy. 15 days later, another update comes and it tells that you are trustworthy. It doesn't work like that. Do not think with the relative adjectives. Sorry for saying, but think from the math point, okay? Think about prioritization, think about distribution, and try to understand the point of view of the search engine, or you will find yourself while crying in the morning, as that specific image actually tells. I hope it's just a joke, but it is happening. So as an extension of this specific case study, I just wanted to show you this together with these two other samples. I didn't publish this, but maybe in the future I will be publishing them, or I hope. One more thing is a similar comment here actually dropped from atheist00123. He tells that, oh my god, I unknowingly used the same tactics and it worked like 2 years back, and somewhere I lost all the traffic because I didn't continue to do anything more with the site. This is what I am talking about. First of all, this person should continue to believe what he is doing, not just I am talking about the personal preferences. I also talk about the, let's say, the SEO effort preferences. You should continue to do what you do, even if you feel that it doesn't work, even if you lose the traffic. If you have the bigger picture in your mind, if you are able to connect yourself with the search engine, you should continue to do that. So this is one of the reasons that I am taking these videos. This is one of the reasons that actually I am directly finally I published the course, created the community, and this is one of the reasons that I also promote many SEOs from our community as well, because someone somewhere actually is giving up, and then they are losing lots of opportunities in their SEO field too. So in this video, I wanted to give you some algorithmic suggestions, analysis, and together with also some psychological suggestions as well. So for the rest of the video, I will be announcing one of the SEOs to keep our community richer and to promote also abundance mindset. Just because we mention some SEOs in a good way, it doesn't mean that actually we will see any kinds of harm. We will actually be growing together. So last week I actually promoted the Luis Salazar Jurado, and I'm very happy to do that because he's a great SEO. I can definitely vouch for him. And this week, I want to promote Adrian Iancu or Iansu. I don't know how to pronounce the last names most of the time. So here actually he directly has given his own results, and he also mentioned us. I am thankful for that. In fact, he also hit to do actually 40,000 USD per month, and I am pretty sure that this is one of the small northern countries for casino. I can tell, and directly he is able to get these type of results. I believe he also has an agency. You can check his profile if you want. I will be dropping his link to the description area and to the video comment section. You should be contacting with him, and you should ask questions to him how he is doing these things, and it will be helpful for you. Another thing that I want to mention today is that Google's antitrust lawsuit is continuous, and directly here we see that two people from Google, one of them Eric Lachman, and he was working on Google actually for the search quality, and another one was actually, as much as I can remember, he was Robert Rosak, but I guess it is from a different thread from the same account. Let me try to find it. Sorry for opening the wrong one. Okay, the lawsuit continues, and then we see more and more inputs here. But one of the things that I want to tell here, in the first part of my section, I told that actually, and with my interview with Pavel Klimakov too, I told that you shouldn't trust whatever these, let's say, Google employees tell to you. And in this specific antitrust lawsuit, if you check the files, you will see lots of scary things there. And not just this one, to be honest, but Eric Lachman directly told that actually they are using click data for ranking purposes, but they don't want it to be explicitly told. At the same time, Mike Rosak, Vice President of the Finance at the Google, he also mentioned some similar things like embracing for, or let's say some things or some sections that they mentioned due to on their slides or on their emails, etc. They were a little bit embarrassing for them too. You should definitely check this antitrust lawsuit to be able to understand the Google further. To help you to understand the natural language processing, because you should definitely understand it. As you see here, the person who worked on the search quality team of Google, or you can also call it Rank Labs. Internal, they call it in that way. And he says that Google's biggest advantage in using BERT was that it invented the BERT. So another thing here is that whatever they do, they are always being connected to actually these type of large language models, together with a little bit the user behaviors, and they predict the quality. Then they check the user behaviors to understand whether their prediction is confident enough or not. So you should check these specific parts. And when it comes to the natural language processing for iHealth or something like that, I have taken just this specific website as an example. You can use this website to just see the part of speech tags. Part of speech tag means which word in the text has what kinds of a role, whether it is an adjective, number, determiner, conjunction. This is about distributional semantics. If I will scroll entire website, your website, how many adjective I will see, but how many adjective appears in the query network? How many of these adjectives are closely related to each other? The other way, I was creating a content brief for one of the projects that I already published with a huge success. It was about the dad jokes. The problem is that when you search for the bad dad jokes and let's say conky dad jokes, cranky dad jokes, cheese dad jokes, or sad dad jokes and different type of dad jokes, adjectives might change actually their meaning according to the context. Bad dad jokes actually means fun dad jokes, but also sometimes it means a little bit sexual dad jokes or naughty dad jokes. But when you search for the dad jokes, since the word dad is family oriented, and since the most of the dad jokes actually also are for families or the kids or the relatives, that specific context is avoided by Google directly too. So you should understand the search engine's point of view for giving a safe answer, or you should understand what you should be prioritizing directly in terms of the semantics. So you can use part of speech tag at least for understanding how these things are distributed here. They are giving also some certain type of histogram for you. You can download it, or you can create even a program for yourself by using Python as well. It will be actually fun. And this was the page for that, as much as I can remember. Another thing that I want to mention to you is actually word of interest. This is a concept that you should know, but it is not found on web that much. I actually learned this concept from the books that I have read. The word of interest is actually about co-occurrence matrices. Co-occurrence matrix means that we check which word is appearing together with another word. Imagine that there is a kind of row directly, or there is a kind of column directly too, and there is no zero. It means that that word is a central word, and we can use actually this type of skipgrams to understand how many times the target and the context appear together, and how many times the specific randomly chosen word doesn't make any kind of contextual connection to that specific target. If one of the word always has the one, it means that actually at somewhere, or one or over numbers, it actually means that at somewhere there are different type of contextual richness and variety there. If we can create, let's say, 5 different contextual connections, the verse between bird and the sitting, in this case, that 5 section or 5 contextual connections, it creates a kind of richness and a different type of contextual domain according to the topic that you have chosen. And of course, when it comes to the bird, it is a type of living thing, and from there different types of birds, or whether maybe the bird there actually represents something else. It might be also a nickname, or in terms of when it comes to the sitting, as much as I know, birds don't sit, they just stand. But not every bird, for instance, some birds actually sit too. So you will be getting this type of contextual connections for certain type of entity resolutions, so that we can understand what type of queries can be connected to that specific web document. But of course, this is unfortunately a little bit the entry step, because most of these things are about relevance. When it comes to the sample that I have given to here, it is about actual responsiveness or information responsiveness. It means that how compact and how easy it is to understand and process, and how we can actually connect to a certain type of central questions that can be generated from the queries or the query terms. So I believe I have mentioned everything in this area. For now, I guess we can tell that we can slowly end the video. In the future weeks, I will be trying to add more videos. This week I couldn't do it because I am getting married next month, and it keeps me busy. Turkish weddings are not easy, brothers and sisters. And with that said, during the Chiangmai SEO, we will be doing a meetup. If you come to the event, please let us know so that you can also join to the event. Sorry for making this video long again. I hope you enjoy it, and love you all, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.